So there will be interruptions, that's inevitable. See you next week. Namaste. Hello and welcome to day 2. So today we're focusing on twisting the body. So twisting out through the spine, keeping the back nice and healthy, able to move and twist without straining. It's a lot slower today. So less flows, you'll probably not build too much heat. So what we need to focus on is that breath. So connecting with the breath will build just enough heat in the body to really feel like we've done something in this 10 minutes. So let's take an easy seat to start. It might be that you cross the legs. You might sit up on the block if you're finding hamstrings are a little bit tight. I'm going to start with a really gentle twist. So just take that right hand behind, inhale the left across to the thigh, and see if you can look over this shoulder. So each time you inhale, feel like the top of your head is being lifted towards the ceiling, and then exhale, press into the thigh to twist a little bit more. So keep the sit bones even, keep pressing into that spine, and then slowly releasing back, swapping sides. So left hand comes behind, press into that thigh. Connect with your Ujjayi breath if you haven't already. And then slowly exhale back to the front. So we're going to come into our tabletop. So take the knees under the hips, the hands under the shoulders. And as you inhale, we're going to lift that right arm up, keeping the hips as square as you can, and then exhale this hand under, taking it down along the floor, taking the head to the floor, and keep pressing the floor away with this left hand. So really twisting through that upper back. If you want, you can bind the top arm, reaching around to the opposite hip, maybe closing the eyes, releasing through the head and neck. And then exhale this hand back down, press the floor away with the left hand, bring the right back under the chest, inhale the left up, and exhale lower down. So keep pressing the floor away or bind that top hand, keep the hips even. Inhale, rising back up, bring the hands back underneath the shoulders, tuck the toes under, peel back, down dog. So pedal out like we always do when we first find down dog in our practice. I like to move about, really move into the spaces that I find tension, breathe into them. Let the head and neck shake yes and no. I'm going to find a twist here. So inhale the right arm across to the leg wherever it reaches. It might find the ankle. If you're quite flexible, it might only be reaching towards the knee or the calf. Doesn't really matter as long as you can direct that upper torso towards the side, maybe looking up through the armpit. Keep the breath flowing. And exhale, slowly release the other hand down, reaching across, moving through the other side. So whether you've got kids practicing with you or whether you're alone, just breathe into your space. Breathe into your center, connecting with yourself today. Maybe connecting with the affirmation, I can. You can do the next 14 days. So sometimes day 1's easy, we've got all the motivation. Day 2 starts to get a little bit harder. So just repeat to yourself the affirmation, I can, whenever you find that little voice starts to doubt. So from our down dog, we look towards the hands, step that left foot forward, take the back knee down. Take the right hand to the floor and inhale the left up, twisting open towards that front leg. So you can walk the hand in, make it a little bit more closed if you like, or keep it nice and open. Really drawing that top shoulder back, feeling the upper back stretching. You can make it stronger too if you like, the back leg could come up, or take it easy today. If you want to work a little bit further, you could press into that thigh, bring the elbow in, and then bring the hands back together. Draw the hands into the heart. If it's feeling really good, you could bind one hand, opening up further, but you don't have to. You can stay with the hand on the floor. Release the hands back to the heart. Step that front foot back. Maybe take a moment just to breathe in child's pose. Stretch the arms forward. And then come back up onto the knees. Bring the right foot forwards. So finding the left hand on the ground, opening up. And then moving further into the twist if it feels good for you today. Elbow to thigh, press the palms. And then exhale. Bring the hands back down, take the knee back down. Tuck the toes, find down dog. And slowly walk the hands all the way back to forward fold at the back of your mat. So bend into those knees. And then slowly start to lift the chest, finding chair pose. Everyone's favorite chair, usually because we need it the most. So gently draw down with the tailbone, core lifts in and up. See if you can challenge yourself a little bit by coming lower. Inhale, hands to heart. Exhale, twist towards the thigh. Again, drawing those hands into the heart center. So if the neck's not comfortable looking up, you can actually turn the head and keep it towards the floor. So the back's still getting that twist without straining into the neck at all. Inhale, back through center. Exhale, opposite side. Press into the thighs. Hands back through center. Forward fold once more. Just releasing that upper body. Letting it sway from side to side. And then inhale, walk the hands forward. Take the knees down and come down to have a seat. So we're going to bring one leg in front of us. The other one is coming up and over. So plant the foot down on this side. Just as we did in the beginning in a seated variation. Inhale the arm up, exhale elbow to thigh, and you press into that thigh to look over the back shoulder. So it's a little more intense now that we've got this thigh to lever ourselves on. So all this twisting is helping us to detox, maybe helping us to detox the New Year celebrations or maybe Christmas. But it's also bringing all that movement back to our spine when we sit in a chair all day. We sit very still, maybe hunched. We create all that tension. Let's release the back, swap sides. Create all that tension through the spine. And often it starts creeping up the back as the upper back compensates for the lower back, and the shoulders tighten and the neck tightens. And then we may feel it by the end of the day in our head as a headache or migraine. So taking this time to twist out through the spine can really help how we feel overall. So just releasing back to the front, drawing the knees in and come to lie down on your mat. So our final twist today has to be one of my favorites. You can do this one before you even get out of bed of a morning. So draw the knees into the chest. Just give yourself a little rock from side to side first. Releasing through that lower back, massaging into the hips and the glutes, and then draw the knees together and exhale them over to one side. So your knees may come to the ground, they may not, depending on how fluid the movement is in your back. Reach the other arm out and maybe look away from the legs. Maybe you can take the top leg long, maybe you just weight them with the hand. So if you want to stay on your mat, you can even just adjust the hips and let them fall to the side. Just stay here and breathe. If you find any tensions through the back, see if you can breathe into that space. Draw the opposite shoulder blade down to the earth to increase the stretch. So hip to shoulder blade, drawing away from each other. And then inhale, draw the knees back through center. Maybe adjust through the hips. And exhale, drawing those knees down. Maybe looking away. Maybe keeping it easy. So if it's too intense, place a block or a bolster, cushions, pillows, whatever you've got underneath those thighs, just to ease into it. Remember, we're only on day 2. If you're brand new to yoga, some of this may be feeling quite uncomfortable. And not because it's a bad thing, but because just like any new movement, anything really, any new thing in our lives, it's always uncomfortable when we first start. And then the more we do it, the more comfortable we become, the more able we are. And usually the better we become because of it. All right, just come back to take an easy seat. So that's it, day 2, all done. I hope that your spine is feeling a bit better now, that you've worked out some of the kinks of your day, or maybe a sleepless night, whatever the case may be. So look after yourself today. Make sure you keep drinking lots of water. Make yourself something really nice to eat. If you feel like sharing any of your practice with me, I'd love for you to take a photo and tag it with the 14-day yoga reset. I'd love to see what you guys are up to. See you tomorrow for day 3. Namaste.